Welcome, everyone, to a piece of college football history as we crown this season's national champion. There's been so much that's gone into getting here, twists and turns, and now it builds to this, the battle for supremacy. And it almost feels like we were destined to get to this point. The top two seeds of the college football playoff have survived. They've been on a collision course all season long. They've come through the challenges and the distractions, and now they'll fight for that beautiful trophy. As we'll see the number 2 seed in this playoff, the Colorado State Rams, taking on a team from the ACC, the Florida Atlantic Owls. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here as always by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, everything has been building to this. It's time for the national championship. Let's crown a champion. The kickoff team is out there, and you can feel the energy. One game to determine the national championship. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Keeping it on the ground here. Well, they test the middle there, but get nothing. Second down play coming up for this offense. Now they'll run it on the toss. Breaking free at the 35. Breaks into the clear. It's a sprint. At the 10 now. And he takes it all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic. They'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. Fields it just outside the goal line. And the returner brought down by the coverage team there. First down here for this offense. Go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
And he crosses the 30. Tackle made after a big gain.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
It's a strong run. Keeps the drive going. First down now. Off the play fake, looking to throw. He's moving out of the pocket now. The pass is intercepted. Going the other way. Can they stop him? The 30. At the 20. Return to pick 6. Touchdown, FAU. And a pick 6. A monster play by this defense.
That defender showed a lot of athletic ability there with the ball in his hands. I wouldn't be surprised if the head coach watching that thought about maybe giving in some reps as a returner after that touchdown.
Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. They'll return it from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. The Colorado State offense is back out there now. It'll be interesting to see if this quarterback can bounce back. He threw a pick 6 in the last possession. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Lets it go quickly. Easy throw to a wide open receiver downfield. And he'll get the first down yards before they finally bring him down.
Boy, nice job here by this offense, creating an opportunity for this receiver to excel after the catch. It's early in this game, so this defense better get their arms around this receiver because he could be a monster today.
A solid 8-yard gain brings up a 2nd and 2.
This is an example of a quarterback and his offense just taking what the defense gives you. Not a huge play, but positive yards. The defense wants to give that throw to you. You take it, get the ball to your receiver, stay ahead of the sticks.
And he's brought down, but not before he gets first down yardage.
It was a nice job up front by the offensive line to give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the first down.
Offense will keep it on the ground here. Tackle, but first down.
Nothing better than an offense on first down to be able to pick up big positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back, or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top of them.
Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. And the defense says, not again. They wouldn't let him get loose for the scramble. Brought him down for a short gain.
Boy, Chris, I thought when he took off on his scramble, I thought he had a chance to maybe get into the end zone. But the defense does a nice job. Yeah, they gave up a couple yards, but they kept him out of the end zone.
Trying for the end zone, running it right up the gut. Couldn't quite get there. Brought down at the 2.
Good job by the offensive line. You get some positive yards, but not quite into the end zone. Now we're going to have a 3rd and goal.
Ball sits at the 2-yard line for 3rd and goal. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up the throw. He'll be sacked back at the 2-yard line. Big play for both teams. Can the offense punch it in? 4th and goal from the 2. And the quarterback drops back, looking for an open man. Catch made in the end zone. Touchdown, Colorado State.
You put 5 wide receivers into a formation that puts so much pressure on the defense. Do you have enough guys that can cover? The quarterback does such a good job of finding the weakness and exploiting it.
And they tack on the extra point. That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. And the Florida Atlantic offense takes the field again. They punched it in the last possession. Can they do it again, or will this defense make some adjustments to get a stop? The gain moves the ball to the 34.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
It's a 1st and 10 play coming up for the offense.
Chris, it's pretty surreal to get to the national championship in this day and age of college football. When everybody wants to spread you out and throw the football, this offense has been pounding the rock all year long. And here, in the first half, this back is having a big day.
2nd down play coming up. They'll run it here. That gain enough for a fresh set of downs. Spotted at the 48.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on first down. Incompletion makes it 2nd down. Here's the snap. Looking to throw here. It's a screen pass complete to the running back. They tackle him. Looks like it's going to be just short of the marker. Inches away.
Chris, I love the versatility of this running back. We're seeing what he can do on full display on this drive. He's been running the football very well. This time, they get him the ball out of the backfield, catching it, and he gets another positive gain.
Well, they run it right into a blitz, and that linebacker was coming downhill, Kirk.
Man, what a time to call that blitz here by the defensive coordinator. And you're right, he shoots right through that A-gap. Really, the back had nowhere to go by the time he got the ball.
Oh, and he's in the clear now. It's a foot race. Tackle just short of the goal line at the 1. What a run.
It makes sense going for it here. You're kind of in that no man's land, depending on how much faith you have in your kicker. And if you don't get it, your opponent still has a ways to go. Now you pick it up and go get a touchdown.
Well, that was that excellent linebacker with a clear path, just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time, the defensive line ate up all the linemen.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Owls. So a long, methodical scoring drive, great execution, the championship pressure, Kirk.
Man, this is the biggest stage that you can play on. You're in the national championship, and drives like that are going to wear down the opponent physically and mentally. This wasn't an accident. They were very intentional on how they worked their way down the field, and it pays off in the end.
Now they get set to kick it away. And here's the return from inside the 5. And the coverage team pins him in and brings him down. Here comes the Colorado State offense on the field. They scored a touchdown on their last possession. Let's see if this defense can make adjustments and prevent that this time. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Let's it fly to the wideout. The ball is picked off. Short return tackle made at the 27. A crucial takeaway.
Chris, he's trying to find something. Nothing is there. Everything is covered downfield. He's rolling to his right. Eyes are downfield. But the one thing he doesn't see is that defender who steps in front of that to make that interception.
And a nice first down gain there. They get him down, but very close to the first down marker. 2nd down after that run on the previous play. They go with a direct snap. Good enough for first down yardage.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
Looking to throw it on first down. Looking to scramble. And they've got him for a sack. That'll be the final play of this opening quarter.
Colorado State 7.
Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a 2nd down play. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. Didn't see anybody open, just throws it away. And that's not going to bring up 3rd down.
Man, the defense took everything away from him. What do you expect him to do? He can't force the ball into traffic and potentially throw the interception. Does a good job of getting out of the pocket, away from the pressure, and just throw the ball away. See what happens on this next down.
When the tackle is made, the defense was ready for that screen. They stop him short of the first down. So the coach will decide to settle for 3 points here. Out comes the field goal unit. No problem. Knocks it right through. And they add to their lead.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
Fields it inside the 5-yard line. And he's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. Here comes the Rams offense back onto the field. See if this quarterback can bounce back. The last possession, a pick on the very first play. Breaking free at the 35. Stopped out at the 39, but good enough for a first down. Looks like a man is down on the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout. The game moves the ball to the 39. It'll be first down. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Brought down, but not before he gets into enemy territory at the 49. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. QB decides to keep it here. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Offense getting set. It's second down. Off the play fake, looking to throw the football. He's moving out of the pocket, using his legs here. Slides to avoid the big hit.
Chris, watch him work through his progressions here. Finds the first and the second option aren't there. By the third option, he's got to pull it down and try to pick up some positive yards, of which he did, and then he slides down to avoid the big hit.
A pop pass on the jet sweep. Defense gets him down, but they'll take the gain on that play.
You know, the good thing about this play is it's not an explosive play, but it really gives you a chance now to be able to pick up a first down here on this next play.
The gain makes it second and medium. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. Avoiding the sack, but the scramble results in just a very short gain. Offense breaks the huddle and gets set. It's third down. Here's some pre-snap movement in the backfield. They're going to throw for it on third and short. Makes a quick grab. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
That's another positive gain here for this offense, and his defensive coordinator is going to have to make some kind of adjustments to get this quarterback out of his rhythm. It's the national championship, man. You've got to take chances and mix up your coverages, because right now what you're doing just isn't working.
The Rams lining up here on 1st and 10. That's a strong run. They finally tackle him down at the 4.
Hello, Mr. Defensive Coordinator. You may want to account for the quarterback. Are you kidding me? A quarterback scramble for this many yards? You got to make adjustments. Account for this guy's legs.
Couldn't quite get in, but they're knocking on the door at the 1.
A pretty good push up front here by this offense line to get some positive yards here. You wonder if they're going to be able to run it in, or they're going to have to spread this defense out and try to find a one-on-one matchup to put the ball through the air for the touchdown.
That's a nice tackle there by the senior. Defense looking for a stop on 3rd and goal. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. And he's got it. Touchdown, Rams. Who says you need explosive plays, Kirk? That was a long, grinding scoring drive.
And think about this. This is the national championship, and you're able to execute like that against this quality of a defense, and that is a great job by the coordinator and the quarterback being in sync and putting together a heck of a drive.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so a touchback will start at the 25. Here comes the FAU offense back out on the field. We're trying to build this lead here. Had to settle for 3 last time out. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. There's a loss after the completion. That's a good play by the defense.
Well, that's one of those plays that works better against certain defensive looks, but not every defense is the same. They were all over that one. Let's see if they continue to attack to the outside on the perimeter to set something up downfield.
They'll try the ground game here with the running back. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
This running back's had a big night, kind of night you dream about, but the defense finally steps up and gets to him behind the line of scrimmage.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long. He's escaping the pocket now. And it's caught. And he's brought down, but it's a first down spotted near the 41.
And this defense has got to do a better job on 3rd down. They got to mix in a blitz here and there. It's all about getting pressure on the quarterback, and especially on 3rd down.
On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Here's a screen pass to the running back. Defense shoves him out of bounds. Not much of a gain there.
You can see what the offense is trying to do here with this screenplay, but they avoid disaster by at least getting a few positive yards. The defense doing a great job of anticipating the screen here.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. He breaks the 2-minute warning here. Let's see if this offense can build on this big lead before halftime. Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. Quarterback escapes the pocket. It's intercepted, threw it across his body. Brought down after a short return, but the pick sets up the offense at the 39.
I love this quarterback's athletic ability and the way he can create and improvise. Unfortunately here, he just didn't locate the defender and he throws the interception.
They try the middle, but gain nothing on that play.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
Second down after that previous play. And the senior making a disruptive impact play.
Chris, I think we're starting to see a theme here in this national championship, and to me it's this defensive pressure. I don't know if I thought that prior to this game, but now that we're watching it here in this first half, that's the second sack. They're getting after this quarterback in a big way today.
Receiver looks it in. It's complete. And the broken tackle there produces a solid game.
That's another huge game for this guy. And I'll tell you what they're doing a good job of is moving him around. He's not aligning just in one spot where the defense has an idea of where he is to try to take him out of the game. They moved him around, giving him a chance to get some one-on-one matchups. Boy, is he taking advantage of that here in the first half of the national title.
Needs a completion here on fourth down. They can't connect. A costly turnover on downs.
This is the chance you take here as an offensive coordinator and a play caller. You go for it here, you draw it up perfectly, you think this is the right play, and then the execution is not there. So the defense catches a break, and they get the ball back to their own offense.
They bring him down, but a solid game there on first down. Looks to be just inches short of the marker. Come to the line for second down and very short now. Gets loose now and heads downfield. Takes it all the way to the house. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic. Kicking team out for the PAT try. Extra point makes it a 17-point game. So the offense gets momentum scoring before halftime. Now the kickoff. We'll see if the defense can get his top and preserve that momentum. Return starts from inside the 5. Coverage team brings down the return. The Colorado State offense is back out there now. They've got a choice here in the final minute. Do they get aggressive, try to cut into this lead, or play it safe and point toward the second half? That's reeled in. It's Jones. And he will make the first down. Tackled at the 26.
Well, the coaches told us all week, don't be shocked if we use the fullback in the passing game. I thought they were kidding us, but here it is for a first down.
Again, thrown out of the RPO, and it's complete. Timeout is called to talk strategy late in this close game with halftime approaching.
Boy, they love going to this guy in the slot, don't they? What a mismatch inside. He reels in another one. This guy's automatic.
Second down, they're going to throw it. Quarterback moving out of the pocket, trying to create. Short throw to the sideline, forced out after just a short gain.
Boy, this receiver in the slot is giving this defense all kinds of problems. He has another catch on the day. You may want to adjust out, get out of your base, maybe try 5 or 6 defensive backs on the field. Somebody that can match up more athletically against this slot receiver.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. Extending the play now. And they'll move the 6 on that one. It's a first down to the 42. The offense will quickly spend a timeout here after the play.
Boy, this guy can do it all. We know what he can do with his arm, but when things aren't there, does a good job of pulling it down, knowing where the first down marker is, picking up the first down.
He's going to take off here. He gets loose, able to pick up a solid gain there on the scramble. So a timeout is called to talk strategy. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays before halftime. So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just a couple more plays. He's looking to scramble. And the defense able to bring him down, and that should just about do it for this first half of play. Minute's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it down to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. The kickoff team out there now to get the second half underway. And he takes this from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 20. Tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. Here comes the Colorado State offense on the field. First play of the second half, they keep it on the ground. Second down after that run on the previous play. Single back takes the handoff. They'll bring him down right at the 30-yard line.
Well, I feel like they called that knowing chances are they're not going to hit a home run. But look at this. Put themselves in a perfect third down situation. It's much more manageable. Now we'll see if they can convert.
They'll try to run for the first down. Tackle, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
Good job up front by that offensive line, getting a good push to be able to allow the back to pick up this first down. This is an important drive for this offense. Now that they got a first down, they can open up this playbook and keep attacking this defense.
They'll actually lose yardage after the catch. The defense all over in that time. Offense in a split backfield now. Thrown quickly, caught in the right flat. Fighting off the defender. In a big game before he goes out of bounds, the offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Boy, really nice throw here to slot receiver, and I love the quickness that he has after the catch. He's essentially a running back playing at that slot position. That's how dangerous he is after he makes a catch.
And the defense able to hold him there to a short gain.
The defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. They stop him, but it's a first down.
To me, Chris, with this offense, it's almost an extension of their running game. You put the receiver out in motion, you flip the ball out to him, out to the outside, let him do what he does best, which is use his instincts, and he picks up a first down.
Off the play fake on first down. Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. And he'll loft it to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Colorado State. Aren't you taught on defense, Kirk? Don't let him throw the football over your head. Exactly what happened there.
That makes me really wonder if it was some kind of miscommunication. If I'm the defensive coordinator, I pull my defensive backs over, make sure everybody's on the same page and getting the right call.
The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. Kick bounces out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Florida Atlantic offense takes the field again. This game has suddenly gotten more interesting, so this offense needs to be productive here. They bring him down just short of the marker, inches away from a first down.
Boy, positive yards there on 1st and 10. Good job up front by that offensive line. Good hard running by this running back. And now you got a lot of options. That playbook can really open up on second and inches.
Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Crucial third down play coming up. Offense appeared to be confused about the snap count there. It'll cost him 5. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Offense facing a 3rd and long from the 28. Got to have your pass protection in order in this play. Dropping back, they're going to throw for the first down. He finds the running back for a 4th down.
Boy, just a great job here by this defense, sniffing out the screen. They were not fooled at all. He caught that ball. He had nowhere to go, and it's a loss of yardage.
And they'll kick it away here. He's got some daylight turning on the speed. The coverage team able to bring the returner to the ground. Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. First play of the drive, he looks left for a completion.
You know, each receiver brings something a little bit different to the table, Chris. To me, the outside receivers usually are a little bit longer, taller guys. You get those slot receivers in the inside, not only can they make the catch, but they have quickness to make plays after the catch. Great example of that right here.
And he's brought down, but he does have enough for the first down.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
And they tackle him, but not before he picks up the first.
Boy, how about that play, Chris? That thing just opened up. The back shot through there with great acceleration. What a pickup there on first down.
And the Rams begin a new series here, 1st and 10. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Will he score here? Touchdown, Rams. Strong fight back. That's another passing strike from his quarterback. He is having himself a tremendous ballgame.
Boy, this guy just can't miss. Every single time he throws, it seems like he's coming up with another touchdown. The receivers are running good routes. He has enough time to throw. And, man, this poor defense, they might want to think about changing up coverage because right now it is not working.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. Here comes the FAU offense back out on the field. They're looking to build on the lead. They had to punt the football in their last possession. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound, and it's really solid defense on that play.
He stopped, but he gets a first down.
That's a football play right there, Chris. This one takes me back a little bit. Toss sweep to the right. Get the ball into your back's hands. Get a lot of people out in front. Control the line of scrimmage. How about the wide receivers? They're doing a nice job blocking downfield. Almost felt like half.
Oh, the pass is picked off. Can he take it all the way? And that's a solid return after the interception.
Well, his quarterback's got to regroup. That's his 2nd interception in this game right now. He's got to do a better job. But, Chris, it's easy to sit up here and say that. Could be the receiver running the wrong route. The ball sometimes can get tipped. All we know is at the end of the day, the guy pulling the trigger is responsible.
Here comes the Rams offense back onto the field. Remember, last time they scored a touchdown. Can they keep clicking here, or the defense come up with a stop? Able to fight for a decent gain here in that running play.
It's a good, solid gain, 5 or 6 yards. Love to see that from the running game.
Offense getting set, 2nd down play here. Tailback takes the handoff again. Minimal gain brought down short of the marker. That run sets up a critical 3rd down play. Quick throw. That's an RPO caught on the left side. Tackle to the 28. This offense threatening now. Another first down.
Well, he continues to have time to throw the football, and he makes his defense pay for it. Now, they realized coming into this game they had to take away his ability to throw the football downfield, but it's the receivers and their plays after the catch that's really giving them a hard time.
On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Junior steps up and makes an impact play.
There's a nice play by this defense after giving up a huge gain. They're able to turn things around, recalibrate, and get after that quarterback for that sack.
2nd down now after the sack. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. He's going to pull it down and run. Finding space at the 20.
Man, this quarterback can play the game. He can throw, and as we see here, he can run the football. The defense does everything that they need to with the pressure. They look like they're in good position to be able to come up with a nice play on him, but instead, he shows how he can slip out of the back door of this defense and pick up a nice gain.
They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Touchdown, Colorado State. And they will claim the second-half lead.
Chris, that's his 2nd touchdown of the day. You talk about getting off to a great start. He may have more in him.
The extra point makes it a 4-point game. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. The Florida Atlantic offense takes the field again. The last possession ended in an interception. Let's see if they continue to trust this quarterback in the passing game.
Nice job here of controlling the line of scrimmage by this offensive line. The back does what he needs to do to get positive yards on 1st down.
Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. Offense getting set for a 2nd down here to begin the quarter. Tailback with another carry. Fights through the tackler. Tackle at the 35, good enough for a 1st down.
You know, a lot of people feel running backs with elite speed shy away from contact. That wasn't the case there. Instead of running around the defender, this back elected to run right through him.
Here's the toss play. Runner heads outside. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
You know, everybody always wants to talk about quarterbacks today and receivers, and don't get me wrong, that's a big part of the evolution of the game and where we are. Man, for me, as a fan, when I'm watching a game, there's just something satisfying about the teams and the offenses that still have backs that can carry the ball and come up with plays like that. Move those sticks and keep this drive going.
Incomplete. 2nd down coming up. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. They're looking to set up a screen pass here. The play never had a chance. Defense grabs him for a loss.
Interesting call here, Chris, with this screen pass in the 4th quarter late in the game. I think they're expecting the defense to get upfield on the pass rush. But give the defense all the credit. Recognizing it, almost really anticipating that this screen was coming, and then rallying to the ball.
Trying to extend the play. And the junior able to get home with the sack.
Well, the defense would not be denied on this play. They come up with a sack. The quarterback really didn't have much of a chance at all. Lucky he just held on to the ball.
And the punt team makes its way onto the field. We're going to kick it away for the 2nd time. And the coverage team gets the returner to the ground. Colorado State offense is back out there now. This game just got tighter. The temptation might be to sit on this lead, but we'll see how aggressive they get. They start the drive with a quick throw to the left side.
I love the timing here between the quarterback and his receiver. Pick up some positive yards, and I continue to be impressed with just the chemistry between these two.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. They're going to run it here. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. You got to rely on that offensive line in the running game here to be able to secure a victory. Good call, and just keep working that clock.
First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Running with purpose. And they'll stop him after a short gain.
Man, I like the run play here. And offensively, at this point in the game, you want to remain in that attack mode first, while also staying in bounds and working that clock.
Important second down play coming up. And the single back takes the handoff. And that run produces a decent gain.
Well, they didn't bust that for a big play, but it makes this third down coming up a little bit more manageable, and that certainly has a lot of value.
Here we go, late in a tight game. This might be the biggest play so far. 3rd and 2. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Caught quickly. And he'll head out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for a first down.
The defense gets these guys to 3rd down. They got a chance to get them off the field, and instead they give up the first down. So the clock will continue to move, and the defense is really at the mercy of this offense at this point.
They stopped the receiver, but that's a solid gain on that play.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards. They stay ahead of the sticks.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. The defense with pre-snap movement of its own. And they'll work the clock here by keeping it on the ground. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Good call here by the offense to be able to pick up this first down. And, Chris, it makes you wonder, with under 3 minutes to go in this game and trailing, the defense sitting back in their base, I thought they might be in a little bit more of an aggressive mindset, turning the blitz loose, trying to create some plays to get the football back.
Quarterback still with the football. Already got the first down, but looking for more yardage. Tackle, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
Man, is this guy difficult to deal with or what? When your quarterback can just say, I am pulling this down and I am taking off myself on the option. He has that kind of speed. As a defense, all you can do is just say,
can he reach the end zone? Touchdown, Rams. Still no answer for this offensive machine. That's a crucial touchdown, Kirk. The offense padding its lead now here in the second half.
Yeah, you get into this second half, you start to count possessions and how big your lead is. Now that you're up 2 possessions, you can start to play really smart football, not just on offense, but on defense as well.
And that one will bounce. The end zone, so a touchback will start the 25. Here comes the FAU offense back out on the field. They were forced to punt it away last time, so let's see if they can get clicking in this possession. Handoff in a single back formation. And the one moves the ball up to the 33.
Another positive game by this back. I tell you, between the offensive line sustaining blocks and this back's vision and ability to explode into that second level of this defense, this guy is having a monster day in the biggest stage of all in the national championship.
They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
You know, all week, the defensive coordinator told us about the quarterback, he told us about the receivers and how they're going to throw the football. But, man, they better get locked in on stopping this run game because that was...
Looking for a deep completion. The catch is made for a huge pickup. They're not going to get him. He's in. Touchdown, FAU. And they'll set up for the PAT. PAT is good. They still trail, though. I believe they're lining up to attempt an onside kick. And the hands team able to recover the football. 2-minute warning. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Inside the 25. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big game. We head now to the 2-minute warning as this offense tries to bleed out the clock and secure this win. 1st and 10 play coming up. He'll hand it off. The junior able to bring him down quickly. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. Coming to the line on 2nd down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. They'll ride the back again here. And that's a solid game before the defense able to bring him down. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Offense facing a 3rd down now. They can still get a 1st down without scoring. Makes it across the goal line. Touchdown, Colorado State.
Well, that's why you practice right there, Chris. This offense had the pressure, the game on their back. They deliver, they get a touchdown, and now make this a 2-possession game with under 2 to go. Like their odds of closing this game out.
Point after, up and good. Kick bounces out of the back to the end zone for a touchback. And the Florida Atlantic offense takes the field again. On 1st down, it's play action. And here's a deep throw with the clock winding down. Oh, and he dropped that one. A great chance at his 2nd interception of the game.
You know, I like the quarterback's patience here, and instead of trying to force the issue and squeeze the ball into coverage, he just decides to just basically throw it away and live for the next down.
That's a big game before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks more than enough for a 1st down.
Well, this offense has a long way to be able to get back and potentially win this game, but they're doing the right things, managing the clock, picking up good yards, and getting out of bounds.
The drive stays alive with that 1st down completion. Trying to create outside the pocket now. Cannot escape. They've got him. It'll be a short loss, a yard or 2. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. They look to throw it here on 2nd down. He's picked for a 3rd time tonight. Big takeaway, now looking for a big return. Touchdown, Rams. Wow, what a play, a defensive score. For the takeaway and the touchdown, that is just a dream play for any defender, Kurt.
Well, let's start with the interception. I just love the fact that he got his eyes turned around, found the football, and then has the athletic ability to be able to secure it. Then he goes back to high school running back days and shows you what he can do with the ball in his hands and takes it all the way back for a touchdown. Beautiful thing.
Here comes the FAU offense back out on the field. At this point, there's not much you can do except play for pride. Stopped short of the marker after just a short game.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
1st and 10 now for the offense. Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. Catch made way downfield. That's going to help the Stats a little bit, but won't make a difference in the outcome.
Hey, listen, this game isn't over yet. The defense can't get too comfortable with this lead, and I know the coach isn't content with giving up plays like that at any point in the game.
Running back has it on a screen now. Good job with the defense to fight through the blocks on that screen. He's short of the 1st down marker. Coming to the line on 2nd down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. From the gun, he looks for an open man. Looking for a touchdown, but it's incomplete.
The quarterback's got to do a better job here of reading the coverage. He was determined to get that ball thrown to this receiver, but they played double coverage. He still tries to throw it, and he almost threw an interception.
They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Makes the grab, a chance to score. The defense wraps him up quickly. Got about 5 yards on the completion, but now it's 4th down.
Coming up, 4th down.
Well, a field goal here does them no good, so the offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. Trying for a 4th down completion. Quarterback escapes the pocket and takes off. And he will score. Touchdown, Owls. Extra point try coming now. And there's the point after. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. I believe they're going to line up here to go for the onside kick. No turnover. Offense recovers the fumble. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? And he'll set up to throw. Lofting it toward the left sideline. Deep ball is caught for a huge gain here. All the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Colorado State.
You know, coaches love to see a football team that doesn't get caught up in the scoreboard. They're just out executing and doing what needs to be done. That's what we're seeing from this offense. Yeah, they continue to put points on the board and they're pulling away. I just love to see the execution and how they're going about their business.
And that'll do it. We have a national champion. Well, really entertaining one. It was fun one to call. They get the W, Kirk, in a shootout.
Not much to criticize for either of these teams on the offensive side. Where they put on a great show. But for the two defenses, especially the losing squad, you can't imagine their coach is too happy with their performance.
Well, that's going to do it for us and wrap up another outstanding season of college football. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. They are official, your kings of college football and national champions, the Colorado State Rams.